Take the switch plate off first. Use a trim tool. Just get underneath here. Just pry up. And then under here, you can pry up under there. You might need a couple trim tools. And just, it pops right up. There's some clips in there, over here, and over here. And disconnect the connectors. Just push down on the tab, slide it out. This switch, this connector right here, just slide up on this. And it slides out just like that. Take these two bolts out. Use a T30 socket. At the bottom of the door panel, there is 3 screws. Use a T20 socket. Remove all of those. There's a bolt right here. Use a T20 socket. Then get underneath the panel. You can use a trim tool and just pop it out. Then you're going to raise it up. And then just pull this over like this and just lift up. Disconnect the speaker right here. Just push on the 2 tabs on the connector. Slide it out. Disconnect the other connectors. If you need to, use a screwdriver. And there's a little tab right here. Push down on that tab. Disconnect this connector. If you need to, you can use a pick. There we go. And take the cable off. And just use a pick right there. Slide that. That slides up. It's just a little hook. And the last connector on the bottom here. Just use a little pick or a screwdriver. Take that terminal off. Take this connector off, I mean. There you go. Now the door panel's disconnected. Take this screw out right here. Use a T20 driver or a socket. Then you can get under here with a trim tool. And just pop it out. There's a couple of clips. Follow this wire right here. There's a connector. Disconnect that connector. You can use a pick. Slide that out and push down on the connector. And the connector will come right out. And you can use the trim tool over here. Pop those out. If there's a little cover right here, A little piece of tape, take that off. Set that aside and save that for later. There's a little cover right here, take this off. Just get behind there with a trim tool, slide it out. All right. Now there's 3 bolts holding that on. Use a T30 socket. Take these out. To prevent it from falling into the door, just use a magnet. Slide it out. When I go to take the last one out, just hold the mirror so it doesn't fall. And grab the mirror and just slide it out. And there you go. Now, if you take the new mirror, it comes in pieces. You can use the new shield that it comes with, but you'd have to paint it. Or if you can get the old one off fairly easily without breaking it, it just pretty much slides up. There's a bunch of clips in there. Then you can reuse the old one. So we're gonna do that. Slide that in position. And it just clicks in place like that. Then you have the mirror glass itself. And just plug the connectors in. And line it up. And very carefully in the center, just push till it locks in place. That looks good. So don't push on the edges, mostly on the center. You can use your fist, or if you want, you could use something to push on it with, like a towel. Now take the new mirror, slide the wiring harness through. And just kind of slide this in position. This part of the mirror is going to go underneath this trim. So slide it up first and then push down. Now get the bolts started. Now you can put these caps back on. Put that tape back over. And take this piece off this trim cover. And you're going to slide this in position right here. Might need a screwdriver to push these tabs down. There you go. Now plug in the connector. And push down on the lock. And then reroute the wiring harness. And push on this tab right there. Now I'll put this cover on right here. Just line it up. Put the bolts back in and snug it down. Oops. Where the door panel fastens to the door itself, you're going to have all these push pins. You want to use a trim tool and just pop these out, just like that. There should be all around there. And look at the back of the door panel, and they're going to go right here, 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 and here. And they just slide on, just like that. And make sure they're popped up like this. That makes them somewhat unlocked, and then when you push the door panel on, that's going to lock them in place. Now connect all the wiring connectors. I have one down here. And some of these are going to go through there for the window switch. Speaker wire over here. And the other connectors under here. And for the light. And then the cable, line the cable up. So the cable is going to go down slide it back, reattach it just like that. Make sure those wires come through there and line the top part of the door panel up. All those push pins to line up. There we go. Those are all lined up. Put these screws back in. Just snug those up. And underneath. And put these two bolts in. And tighten these down. Now take the switch cover and connect the connectors. Lock it down and line it up and press it into place.